Namaste. Today is a wonderful day, June 5th. June 5th means wonderful. That is the World Environment Day. The World Environment Day, we started celebrating quite some time back onwards. Why we need to remember this day as recognized by the United Nations Environmental Program is very important. Why? Because the world is progressing, especially the last 5 decades, the last 50 years more or less. We as citizens of the world growing very fast in terms of science, in terms of technology, in terms of individual per capita, individual income capacity, and the lifestyle, and in terms of overcoming the poverty by implementing industries, computerization, and now the artificial intelligence is going on. So the whole human brain is focusing on the improvement, on development. As a result, we slowly forgotten about the nature, about our environment, because of time pressure, because of commitment, overcommitment, because everyone is committed for certain things, every individual has got certain commitment, as a result of which we slowly forgetting the environment, which is very important. Why? Because we have only one earth. We don't have many earths, only one earth. With the only one earth, we need to fulfill our desires. We need to just attain whatever we would like to attain in our life, individual as well as the whole humanity. So it is very important to protect this one earth, one humanity. Yes, it's rightly said. So, as a result of the fast developments in the past 50 years, 5 decades, we have deviated slightly. Now is the time to get the reminder about the environment, about the nature. So mainly the environment, when we utter this, we remember the earth first. And of course the related, the air, the sky, and the other like stars and sun, because sun is the boss of this earth, as we all know, and associated planets and stars, etc. First, we need to focus on the earth, which is very important, because one may be very rich, one may be earning a lot of money, one may have an abundance of wealth and so on, but finally, every 3 hours, one has to remember the stomach, the appetite, the thirst. So what is the alternate for that? We don't have any alternate. There was a time we were walking. There was no proper transport to travel from one destination to another destination. We found out all beautiful transports. Now very fast aeroplanes and all these things. We had so many alternates. But in terms of the food and drink, we don't have alternate. Of course, many artificial drinks and beverages, all these things are there. Basically, the base substance is water again, the nature. So, all these artificial things, the eatables and drinkables, are also one of the causes of polluting this beautiful earth. So, finally, we are completely depending on the nature as far as food and the fluids are concerned to maintain the body, to maintain the physical body. Physical body requires definitely very nutritious food. As a result, one can have sufficient energy to work and achieve our goals and ambitions and desires, etc. Hence, it is mandatory to protect this beautiful earth, which is known as environment, that which is surrounded. We are surrounded by that environment. What kind of environment we are living in? We need to have a great awareness. This day, the World Environment Day, is really to create an awareness. First, we need to have the self-awareness. We have to be aware by ourselves first. And then we need to spread this awareness to our family members who are nearer to us, and to the other friends who are nearer to us, and also to the faraway people through the latest technology like the digital media and other medias. Because it's still most of the people not having proper awareness about this environment. Therefore, we need to give a awareness to each and every single individual. And some countries are really having a high awareness about this, how to maintain, how to protect this fine environment in the world, on the earth. But still some countries are really lagging behind. We have to accept this, even though it is bitter. Still some countries are really polluting a lot. Of course, they are also taking steps to improve upon. But still, I think we need to improvise. I think we need to speed up this hygiene area. The hygiene part is very important. Today's world is the earth is flooded with the plastics, which is really, we all of you know, or most of us know, the consequences of the plastic usages. Starting from ordinary bacterial infection, viral pollution, and up to the level of cancer. The plastic is really very dangerous. This is one of the major polluting material that we human beings started using the last 5 decades more and more. Of course, now we found out solution for that also, which was missing. Now we are implementing the recycling method. But still I feel we need to speed up these recycling methods to protect the Mother Earth, which is very important. Because the recycling method is not really sufficient in most of the countries, in most of the cities, especially the metro cities, super metro cities, Villages, we don't have much problem of this kind. Polluting the environment is not much in the villages, and very deep villages. When I visit some villages, even today I just visited few villages around the area where I am living. I was really happy. I travel around 15 kilometers in and around. It was so beautiful. There was no much of pollution. People are still in the same nature, greenery and all these things. They don't use much of plastics and artificial things in the villages that I visited today also. That is really very encouraging. I think we need to learn something from these village people. They are the inspirers, they are the influencers for the city people. Because the city people are so mechanical, they just go, they get up in the morning, just jump into the car or the two-wheelers or whatever transport, they are just rushing. Even they don't have time to think about all these things. Therefore, today is the day, at least today, let us contemplate on this about our Mother Earth. It is our mother, our earth is our mother. So how we can tolerate when our mother is not maintaining proper health or proper hygiene or anything? No, we need to take care of our mother. We are naturally taking care of our biological mother. Same way, this Mother Earth, everyone is the son and the daughter of the Mother Earth. Therefore, we have great responsibility towards. Yes. In India, I have to say, because I was born here, I was brought up here in this country, I am native of this country. Therefore, what I saw some years ago in India is really changing very fast. Because a decade ago or even before, there was a lot of unconsciousness about the environment here and there, a lot of pollutions, people were carelessly throwing many things on the road. Even I have seen when they travel in a car, they throw the plastic bottles and the waste material just on the side of the highways and all these things. But now it's not happening. I am really happy. Some people are getting more and more aware of how to maintain a highly hygienic life. It is really very nice. These are all happening because every year this kind of celebration is going on, this kind of awareness is going on more and more. As a result, more and more people are really getting aware of this situation, how harmful it is. See, it is really disturbing the ecology. The ecology is important. Ecology is a natural system, how much amount of animals, what kind of animal has to be survived here on the earth, and how much of plantations here, how much of oxygen required per person, all these things, it's a kind of natural system. It is a survival system. It is slightly disturbed in some countries, in some cities. We have to bring it back, the ecology system again. It's not only about the land, also we need to think about the ocean also. What's happening in the ocean, in the seas, in the water level, in big lakes also. The one horrible thing is happening really. The water in the ocean is getting acidified, more of acidity in the ocean, which is not a healthy situation. Say the oceanic water has to maintain certain pHs, certain constitutional balances. Otherwise, the living creatures over there, the beings over there, living beings over there, can survive very well over there and enrich this earth, Mother Earth. So it's not only the pollution happening in the earth level, also pollution happening in the oceanic level, ocean level, sea level also. We have to keep it in our mind and take some care to reduce the acidity of the water, oceanic water. So, in several ways, it's not a one single focus, it's a multi-focus. It is multi-focus, we need to have it. And as a result of another dangerous thing that is alarming us, the human beings, is about global warming. Global warming. We need to give awareness about it to our young people, children, family members, and co-friends, and all people around us. Because many of us are not knowing the severity and the danger of this global warming. First of all, we need to understand how the global warming is increasing and how to stop it and how to maintain it. As a result, everyone can have a better life on the earth. It is happening mainly because of the excessive carbon dioxide. Excessive carbon dioxide. Anything excess is really alarming. That too, gas like a carbon dioxide is really alarming. When it goes in an excessive way, naturally, the global warming happens. Global warming, when it happens, the consequence is about the melting of the ice. When the melting of the ice happens naturally, the level of the ocean goes upward and changes erratically. That in turn changing the climatical changes. Global warming is the main cause, the root cause, which is influencing the climatical changes. Even now you can see, even the place where I am living, we just passed the summertime here. Actually, this year there was not really summer. Actually, summer will be very peak here. Sometime it touches 108, 110 and all. But this year, of course, few days there was hot. Too much heat was there, but it was not really summer. We call Agni Nakshatram for about 24 days in the month of May actually. But this year, we really not suffered that much heat really, because the summer was not so much intense. It was not really covering this month of the year. Same way, the rain also is raining erratically. You know, in the hot season, the rain is coming, and the rain season, so much hot is going on. The seasons are not following its own natural pattern. This is because of the global warming, which is really alarming. In fact, when this is happening, actually, not only the human beings are disturbed, mentally also, and the plants and the birds and animals and small creatures, they are all really disturbed actually, because it's a shock for them, because they used to live in a certain atmosphere for many years. Suddenly when it is changing, you know, they are confused. Actually, they are confused what to do. So they don't have communication power as we communicate verbally, but they are confused. They are running here and there, and they are unable to communicate and transfer their feelings, all these things. So we need to observe this. When you go to the forest, we can really observe all the disturbances that the animals and the birds, they are suffering over there. So we need to protect ourselves, not only human beings, also it is our responsibility to take care the coexistence, that is birds, the animals, the trees, plants, etc. So we need to work. because they are not spoiling the earth. Absolutely, they are not disturbing the earth at all. Only the disturbance are mainly happening because of the ignorance of the human beings only. Therefore, we as human beings have more responsibilities to sustain this, the temperature, the seasonal establishments and all these things. It's purely in our hand. And another thing is that, human beings, we are unnecessarily looting the nature, looting of the nature. Now, looting, cutting down the trees unnecessarily, beyond the limit. I have heard the Zen people, there is a spiritual path called Zen Buddhism. Most of the Zen masters or Zen followers, they have a habit actually. What habit they have? If they want to have a tree or a wood for construction of their home or whatever purposes, what they will do, they just meditate for some time, and then they go to the forest and they stand in front of each and every tree and they speak to the tree, asking the tree the permission to cut down the branches of the tree. Not cutting down the whole tree. They never do it. They just want to have the permission to cut down some matured branches so that they can use it, they can refine it, and they can use the wood for their own purpose. Of course, we people are depending on the nature. Without that we can't do anything. Of course, nowadays more alternate materials, building materials are available now. That's okay. But still we are we are depending on the woods and the forest and also the trees and the nature. That is unavoidable. Of course, they are ready to helping us only, for human. They are created for us only, of course. But at the same time, we need to follow certain ethics and certain kind of morals to approach the nature. So the Zen people, they go and meditate and they talk to the trees and stand and sit in front of the trees and requesting them, my dear tree, can I have few branches of you, because I want some wood to make my materials, or want to construct my room or something, I need it. Can you please provide something like that? They request. And of course, they are very, very highly sensible people. They really understand the language of the tree. And as soon as the tree giving permission to the Zen people, and they go and with a gentle approach, they cut the branches of the tree and they use whatever they really require, not cutting down unnecessarily the branches of the tree, and they make use of it. And finally, they are thanking the trees for providing such a help, the natural help by the nature and all. I think that's one of the best approaches, beautiful approaches by human beings towards the nature and trees, I think so. So there lived a mystic called Ramalinga, Sri Ramalinga Vallalar, who lived in Tamil Nadu in a place called Vadalur. His monastery is still there, his ashram is still there, his temple is still there. I remember one time when he walked through the paddy field, because his place is surrounded by paddy field, full of paddy field. One day he went through the paddy field. He saw the paddies were dry, because that time there was some drought or something, lack of rain and water. So they were not healthy. The paddy plant was not healthy that time. He was really worried about that after seeing that, and he said, "Vaadiya payirai kandapodallam naan vaadineen," and that's how he is singing. When I saw this dried plant, I was also dry inside me. I was really disturbed by it like that. See, that is empathical. Empathical means it doesn't does not need not be just about a co-human being. It can be with the plants also. It can be with any bird. It can be with any animals, with anything. Empathy. No? எவ்வுயிரும் தன்னுயிராய் உணர்தல் எவ்வுயிரும் தன்னுயிராய் உணர்தல் feel everything is us like that empathical feeling. So if you are really creating such kind of sensation with us, feelings with us, I think we will approach the nature in a very beautiful manner, environment in a wonderful manner. Definitely it will really help in terms of our, first of all, our physical, mental, emotional health. Very healthy manner we can live, every single individual, everyone is working for that at the end of the day. And by understanding all these things, by creating this kind of awareness today, a beautiful day, June 5th, World Environment Day, I request my co-citizens of the world, my colleagues, my friends, everyone, and who is watching this also, please let us respect the nature and let us enrich the nature, and let us leave a beautiful earth for the coming generation to come. Where they will go finally, they have to depend on only the same earth, like the predecessors who are all lived before us. They left the earth in a beautiful manner. As a result, we are living a nice life today. The same way we have to leave the earth in a very greenery way, and we need to hand over this earth to our coming generation so that they will really enjoy a very good health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and they will be so happy also. They can also live a very blissful life, not only with abundance of money, not only with abundance of wealth and other things. They really enjoy their inner being in a very fantastic manner. So what we can do is that we can just focus on the plastic area. Let us bring to an end to the plastic pollution, the plastic pollution. We have to end up this as early as possible. It is possible. There is no point in just depending on only the governments or depending on only certain non-profit organization, trust and foundation. No need to just wait for them to do. They are doing it nicely. There is no problem. I think every single individual has to become the foundation. What is after all foundation? Foundation means taking some responsibility, not only for oneself, for others also. Taking responsibility for one more person is enough by one single individual. If everybody thinks like that, I think we can make this earth without any pollution. We can have this earth greenery. And another thing is that we have to think of green revolution. We have to talk about green things everywhere. Before we make a building in some places, first we have to be cautious not to cut down any trees over there. First we have to respect the trees on the land, and then the empty land only we need to construct whatever our homes or offices or buildings or whatever. And even if some cases, if you are cutting unavoidably some trees, we need to plant it immediately. If you cut one tree, I think we need to plant 100 trees. 100 times we have to give the solution for that. If you are following this way. And another thing, recycling. I would like to share one important news today with all of you who are really watching this. And recently we had a collaboration with a Japanese company. That is a collaboration of our organization and Japanese company. It's a beautiful project actually. You know what project? We have just signed up. The project is about the waste management program. It's a project. I really love this project. We are into it now. We are working on it for the past few months. Soon we will do very sufficient work on that, and many people are joining us actually in this venture of the waste management. Especially in country like India, a lot of wastages because it's highly populated. The world's number one population, as you all know, India. It is 1.4 plus billion people. It is so much populated with a very small geographical area. So see, imagine how much waste are going out every day, out of the house, out of the body and everything. I think we need to do something how to make use of this waste. Now a lot of technologies are available. Previously we had no idea what to do with the wastages and all. Now the scientists in the particular area, they worked very well. They are just converting all the waste into very useful matters. For example, country like Singapore, for example, I have to bring Singapore now today. I am really respecting the country in one aspect. That aspect is about they are good in how to handle the waste materials, everyday waste. Being a small country, it was easy for them to bring up and how to reuse the waste material into a useful material. This is a model. That country is model, Singapore. Same way, India is also trying the level best, and we people who are running this kind of foundation and a trust and non-profit organization really working on this. I request all of you who are all really watching this, requesting all of you to join us in this waste management project. Let us work together. We are ready to work. We have people around us. It is not sufficient. Still, you all can give hands. Let us march fast and do some beautiful waste management system in not only in India, also whichever is required. Countries like Africa and other developing countries definitely in need of this kind of help in a massive manner. So I invite all of you who are all just in connection with us. Let us make a great revolution. That is the thing we have to take, resolution we have to take today, the day June 5th, the World Environment Day. Let us keep the world greenery. Let us keep the world fantastic. Let us keep the world blissful, both outward and inward. Thank you very much for this opportunity of sharing this with all of you, and namaste.